Welcome to Worship Artistry.
Hello.
I'm Jason.
Jason.
You are. That's perfect. We're Jason and Jason here.
Yes.
You know, we dressed the same.
Double J. J squared.
We went blue uniform.
Yeah.
And we're going with the same names today. We're talking about coffee shop pedals, Cortado.
We sure are.
And but yeah, so I learned something about this.
Yeah.
Very recently.
Okay.
This pedal's been on my board now for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, Cortado, that's a cool name.
It is.
I just learned that it's actually a coffee drink.
Yeah, you just now.
Yeah, it's just now. And then I looked at, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is like looking down at the cup, the whole design of it. I just,
Makes sense.
I don't drink Cortados. So.
Yeah, well, I think they're terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think this Cortado is terrible. I think it's wonderful.
No, I love this.
But I hate Cortados personally because it's just talking about coffee for a second. I do have a strange preference in coffee. You were talking to me earlier, like, you know, you're one of the only ones I know that has this weird preference in coffee, and I was confused because I was like, I like it, so what? And he reminded me, I don't like hot drinks. I don't like hot coffee at all. I detest it.
Which in Washington State just feels kind of weird.
It does because of the temperature and how, you know, it's overcast and rainy sometimes. But I love iced coffee. So for years and years and years, I went along and I basically had like this anti-coffee campaign going on, right, on Facebook.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you shouldn't drink it. It'll stunt your growth and make your teeth yellow. And don't know if any of that happens. But then I found out about iced coffee. And was
change your world.
Transformed.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. And then,
how do you make it? What's your like morning ritual?
Yeah. So I do have I have an espresso machine. Actually, that's how Coffee Shop Pedals and I actually got in touch. I was following them on social media, but I would post I have an espresso machine and I make these lattes. I don't want to get too deep into it because, you know, the grinds
and time.
Oof, yeah, it gets wild. But I do like a darker roast with like a 12 ounce with a dark roast, and it's almost a 1-to-1, so kind of like a Cortado, but just iced and with a little bit of flavoring too. That's how I really prefer it, but that's how I got in touch with those guys over there at Coffee Shop Pedals. As I would just post the iced latte and he'd be like, oh, I love those. And recently, actually, I'm trying to talk him into, you know, like some sense here. He said he wants to try some other things. I was like, iced coffees are the only thing. Well, what are you doing to yourself? He's like,
I mean, does he even have an iced coffee pedal? I'm surprised. I mean, geez,
it's the Nick Rice signature pedal.
I feel a delay coming on. What are we doing?
I mean, I definitely want his London Fog. I'll tell you that much.
That does look really cool. Which is also a coffee drink.
It is.
Actually, no, it's not a coffee drink. It's a coffee shop drink.
That's right. You looked it up.
It is. I was actually right. It's what it sounds like to me.
London Fog.
It's an Earl Grey tea with steamed milk
and
a little bit of sweetener.
What about London Fog tells you, oh, Earl Grey?
You know, when I knew it was a coffee drink, I thought Earl Grey because that's like the main
the
British tea, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not much of a tea person, but that's the one I know.
Well, if Stu G sees this, hopefully he could. Yeah. Has he ever had one?
I don't know.
I mean, he's British, right?
Yeah. What do you think, Stu?
But you've had this pedal for a little bit. I was just letting you have it because I have plenty of reverbs, and I'm actually I'm making a small board for this one with a few of their other pedals. People would call it a flight rig, but they have MIDI capability on this, and I want to get a small MIDI controller to then have it on this very, very small board that I could take anywhere and does anything, because they have wonderful pedals. They have the reverb, delay, and then 2 overdrive, like a fuzz and an overdrive. And I mean,
what else do you need?
What else do you need? Like, you could go to any gig and just have a great time, and they're all MIDI controlled. How great is? I actually don't know if the donut hole is. That's the overdrive. Ooh. Anyway, talking about this, what did you think about it?
I really like it.
Cool.
You know, it fits the theme of my board. It's light blue. Somebody pointed out the other day, they're like, you have a lot of blue on your board. I'm like, I have a lot of blue on my body.
Right now, we're
I
matching.
really like blue. But yeah, I feel like I haven't even really hit the outskirts of what it can do. It's a very good, just like plug and play pedal. Yeah.
I love that.
You know?
Never heard that phrase.
Yeah, I just made it up.
Like getting into the weeds.
We're just chasing edges.
Wow.
Chasing edges.
What?
But yeah, I love the simplicity of it. I like pedals that I can look at and go, this is what it does.
Sure.
And my favorite part about it, and I'm sure we can talk about this in a little bit, but the TremoloVerb is just so different than anything I've ever used.
It is very cool.
It is just automatic vibe. And I'm like, where has this been all my life?
One thing I like about the TremoloVerb, honestly, when I got the pedal, I was curious if I actually would like it there. I've used other TremoloVerb and think it's cool, but I've never used it at the exact absolute end of my chain because I have a different MXR tremolo, and that's like in the middle somewhere.
Right.
And it's so neat to use both of them, to have everything chopping at the end with your reverb and then having like a harmonic trem on at the same time. It's awesome, dude. Like, I really didn't think I was going to use it much, but when I do, I do. Let's hear it first real quick. Then we'll get into the preset.
Sure.
But this is just the typical sound how I would have it. Very, very light hall, kind of always on. Here's just like, very light.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle.
It's nice. And then go ahead and hit the preset button.
Sure.
So
we're on the red preset.
Yeah. As you notice, it's on hall, right? The hall light lit up. These are all of the factory presets still. I've not made any ones. I just think they're really nice to use.
So they're the opposite of the boss pedal.
Correct. Yeah.
It's like, oh, this preset's rad. Let's do that.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is, I think, just a really, really big hall now.
That's lovely.
That's nice. Yeah. You could tell with the control knob, we'll get into all those, but you could tell there's something else going on with that hall versus the other one. Go ahead and just click the through the presets. And how you do that, remember, is the 2.
So they go like that.
Yeah. So now we're on
green,
but is it spring?
It is spring.
So it's a heavy spring, right?
Yeah. It's just ready for Miserloo.
What is that? Oh, yeah. So I thought you were going misery.
Miserloo.
Yeah, so that's a nice sound too. And if you dial that back, I don't use spring like ever. But that's
I've got it on my amp. I always have it a little lightly on there.
That's right. That's how you do. I like that.
Yeah.
Hit it through again, and which one are we on here? TremoloVerb. Huh?
I love it so much.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that it kind of helps the drier notes actually stand out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like your actual notes don't get all lost in it as much.
Yeah. Take me off the preset real quick. We'll go back to the hall that we have, and this is again what it sounds like. Just a nice just
nice little major scale.
And then one thing I did like about this pedal is that it does do 100% wet mix. So if you turn it all the way up, it's going to just be the pedal. You shouldn't hear any guitar.
That's very cool.
And so like, I find that stuff really fun for like, let's see. This ambient kind of droning.
Yeah.
Go ahead and turn the decay up for me.
That's real nice.
I'm afraid to change notes.
What happens if we take this control here?
Modulation, huh?
Very deep.
Turn the bypass off.
Oh.
Like the trails, yeah. I was talking to him and he's like, that was a big deal. So that's pretty cool. But listen to that.
Yeah, it just keeps going. We could just keep that underneath the whole thing.
It is nice. Yeah, go ahead and turn it back on and we'll turn the mix down, maybe at half or something, and we'll just kind of showcase the control.
Sure.
Because if it's all the way off,
right.
Go ahead and turn the control all the way off. That there should be no modulation, right? If there is, it's very, very minimal.
Very subtle. Yeah.
Go ahead and turn it to noon. So about halfway, right? There's something there. I think it's like gonna linger.
I mean, if you could give it a little more decay, you'll hear it more.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
What does it sound like all the way up? I like this. It's like faster.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. It goes deeper and
Yeah, it's interesting because I have my mix in stereo and his mix is in mono. In stereo, it sounds awesome.
I'm in the corner right now.
All right,
yeah. Good to have.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. What does it sound like to you though? Does it sound like
I hear that
does it sound big though?
Yeah, it just feels like it feels like you're in a big room and it just keeps going.
Yeah, That's nice. I like that hall.
Yeah.
What's the go ahead and turn the control back to like a normal.
Yep.
What's the tone sound like? Turn that all the way
So
up.
tone is a high cut. So. And then bringing it way down.
I like that. It's real dark. Huh?
Yeah, for me, I prefer to cut off some of the highs on my reverb just to kind of let it blend in a little bit more and not be like, oh, reverb.
Yeah. So honestly, how I use that pedal mostly is just with the hall, how we had it initially. Low, very, very low, just very nice. Just kind of a good balanced mix and kind of just ties some things together. Without being muddy. But then I just use the big hall preset because I'm just a hall fan, but using the black hole right next to the Cortado with it. Oh my goodness. I don't think that pedal will ever leave. But
don't create pedal lust for us.
I know. I know. We should have put a cardboard box over all these.
Just a modesty cloth.
Yeah, right. It's like a chastity belt.
Just don't want to make anyone stumble.
So funny. Well, let's go to spring. Let's see how that sounds. Let's dial in a good sound for that.
All right, we'll just go right there. We'll go no control first and just kind of hang out there.
Are we on spring?
Yep.
It switched?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've noticed about this pedal is everything can go for a long time.
Yeah.
There's no, you can go really subtle, we can back it way off.
Let's make it real subtle, see what happens. Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. But then if you're like, oh, I just wanted to go crazy, that's nuts.
It's there too.
Which I feel like with digital pedals, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, right.
You should be able to make them do what you want.
Yeah. That's nice, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care about springs, so I don't ever really try it.
Yeah.
And I like the subtlety of a spring reverb on an amp. That's interesting.
You mean something like this?
Yeah.
It's great.
It just reminds me of Southern rock, or is that like a, I don't know, just
a little Skinnerd.
I guess
Throw some Skinnerd on there.
Like what is that a song?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I do not know what you're singing.
On TikTok.
maybe. You're more connected to the socials than I am.
Right. So what does the control then do for the spring?
So this one, it says it adds drive. So I haven't done much with the. Yeah, it kind of fuzzes out the verb.
Turn it down then, the control. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Because your tail, your decay is really then like distorted.
Yeah.
Not distorted, but more
driven.
driven.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going through some tubes.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then the tone obviously does tone and stuff. But yeah, what is the next one's TremoloVerb,
Tremolo,
right?
yep.
And that one's really cool.
Yeah,
So
I like this one.
That's so subtle and great.
Right.
Like sorry, because I have stereo and it's going back and forth.
Even without stereo, I love it.
So cool.
It's just, it warms me up. I love it on single notes.
Yeah.
It just kind of adds some body to it. Let's get crazy.
That's so fun.
Love that.
Yeah, I think I was saying earlier, I have my MXR tremolo, and I love turning that on because I keep it on a very small harmonic trim. And so here is the coffee shop pedal with the TremoloVerb. Very light, and then I like to use this one. I have no idea if the timing's right. It doesn't matter to me. I just think it's fun.
Yeah.
It just adds like a little warble to the tone.
Very cool.
How I use that, I've shown you. It's just like it just changes the bass a little bit.
It's almost like your boost pedal.
A little bit, yeah.
You throw that on when you throw in leads, and it's like barely there, but you're just like, why does that sound so good?
Yeah. And then in conjunction with that, to me, I just think that's such a cool sound. So it gives you a very cool. I think like a big part of a song, like you at the very end of it or something, you just turn on the TremoloVerb, and it's just like kind of. Or you turn it off and it's tailing. Like
it's very cool.
And so the control for this one...
It's the speed.
The speed of
the tremolo.
Oh, yeah.
I just love how drastic it can go.
Yeah.
And how subtle. Like the amount of sweep in that knob is just fantastic.
It does the best of both worlds,
Right.
I really think. Yeah, that's fun, man.
It's very cool.
And then the last one, it's kind of hard to see there, but octave.
There's an O right there.
There is an O right next to the M in program.
Yep. Looks like
there's no U in there.
My eyes are horrible. I was like, why don't they have a label for this part?
Yeah, they do.
They're like, oh, there it is.
It is a little artsy, but the octave is basically shimmer, but it's not. So here's just. Yep. Going to turn that decay up a little bit. Yeah, so it's just has a shimmer sound kind of to it. It's nice.
Your control gives you more of the octave.
So like in how I would use it is like
right.
Obviously with like some delay and stuff to keep it,
let it ring out.
Let it linger. Yeah, but I like that. It's very neat. So you said the control just adds more of the octave like sound.
Yep. Compared to if you back it off.
Yeah.
It just kind of buries it a little bit more. I kind of like being in this zone.
Yeah, that's nice because it's just there a little bit. It's not so in your face.
Yep.
Well, I wonder what the reverb is at the base of the tremolo and octave. It kind of sounds like just like a bigger hall to me.
It just says a unique reverb.
Yeah,
in the manual.
Well, Coffee Shop Pedals, let us know.
Let us know what's in there. What's in the secret sauce?
Yeah, but honestly, one of the biggest reasons when he came out with this pedal, he had messaged me. He was like, "Hey, you can't tell anybody, but I want to tell somebody," because we were just talking about ice lattes. I don't know if I've already talked about this, but I love me some ice lattes. Oh no, I dropped my pick. And but he was like, "I'm coming out with a new pedal," and I was like, "Dude, do tell." I won't tell nobody. And he goes, "It's going to be right up your alley. It's going to be a stereo reverb called the Cortado." And I was like, "Dude, take my money." How fast can you take? And yeah, I bought one and I got it. I love that thing. I haven't used it as much as I want. Again, because I get stuck in these ideas. Like I want a small board with a small MIDI pedal that I can control like 3 pedals, and then I can take that anywhere, and people will be like,
"That's cool.
You sure about that?" And then they're like, "Whoa, what?"
Yeah.
You know,
well, which you also mentioned, this does do MIDI.
It does, yeah. It's got the MIDI on the it's like the headphone jack styled MIDI. It's very, very small. What's that, like 3.5 millimeter or something like that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know enough about that. I want to know more about that. So if you guys have any MIDI suggestion, like controllers, let me know in the comments. I've seen the Jet one. I really like that one. They just came out with some new colors, so that's cool.
I just got that email today.
Yeah, that's cool. I've been looking at Morningstar, RJM, and Pirate. But if there's any other ones I should look into, let me know, because this thing can do so much more with the MIDI. It is really easy to use the preset. How he's laid it out, it's so simple. But because I think the compact form of this pedal and the fact that I wear these gigantic boots all the time, it's hard for me to get that, especially above these knobs, and sometimes I'm activating the wrong.
That's a level situation.
Well, yeah, but if I just get a MIDI controller,
sure. I mean, you could just do that.
Stick to this area.
Yeah, you probably need a bigger board.
Definitely,
get that MIDI controller on there.
Well, I'm super interested in the Creation boards because I like yours.
It's real nice.
And I've seen Brian Wall's. He's got the new version.
Oh, cool.
That one's very cool too. And I think that Cortado would look perfect.
It probably would, yeah. It looks nice. I know as I've been playing around with my board, it's funny because I did realize, I didn't mean to, but I have a little bit of a color palette,
Yeah, that's right.
And I put the Pog on there and I'm like, it sounds awesome.
It's great, but it's wrong
red.
color.
It's red. It feels weird.
Yeah, it's not blue here.
I'm more of a cooler dude.
Yeah, that's right. You're very cool, dude. But yeah, I'm glad you're really liking the Cortado. I'm happy to put it right back on your board.
It's very cool, and it's not just for coffee shops.
No, it's not.
You can play anywhere.
It's for the old worship center as well.
Yep,
and
beyond.
To infinity.
Yeah, I mean, coffee shop. When you're doing a worship channel, coffee shop pedals is a little more worship friendly.
Yeah.
It's better than my dive bar pedals that I've been working on.
Right.
They don't go over quite so well.
I mean, I even worked at a church that had a coffee shop campus.
Oh,
so
there you go.
just throw the word pedal after it and it's good to go. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you guys go check out Coffee Shop Pedals on Instagram or their website. Let them know we sent you. They're great, great people. The delay is out. There's a fuzz out. There's an overdrive out.
Dude, the London fog.
Dude, yeah. There's one in the mail.
Eye on it.
There's one in the mail with my name on it, and I'm very excited. But yeah, so this reverb pedal has been choice. I absolutely love it. I recommend it for anybody and everybody. Works great for mono, works great for stereo. Never once had any issues with it. It's absolutely fantastic. So go check them out. We appreciate you checking out this video. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe? It does a little like confetti thing.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Yeah, it's neat. It's check it out.
It actually makes a different sound every time you do it. So sometimes
it
it's
does.
like bong.
Oh, I
to
did.
make sure your headphones are down when you
Gotcha.
subscribe.
I haven't heard that yet, I guess. So I'll
check it out.
have to go
Ring the bell.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.